Hello, everyone. A warm welcome to you all here. My name is Saleheen A Fahmi, and I'm here working as a business analyst in GeekyAnts. Today, I'm going to talk about AR, VR, MR, and XR, as you can see on the screen. Today's world, we are experiencing and living in a remarkably changing and digitally innovative era, which is shaping our present and future. In this rapidly evolving digital age, understanding the intricacies of AR, VR, and MR is not merely an option, but a necessity. This is the agenda of today's session. So let's first understand what is immersive technology. So immersive tech refers to digital experience that deeply engages user by blending the physical and virtual worlds. It enhances perception, interpretation, and engagement. For perception is the process of receiving, interpreting, and making sense of sensory information from the environment. It allows humans and machines to understand and respond to the world around them. We have, I can list few of the perceptions. For example, visual perceptions, that is understanding the world through sight, recognizing a friend's face. Auditory perception, identifying sounds and speech, for example, hearing a phone ring. Tactile presentation, feeling touch, texture, and temperature, noticing a rough surface. Spatial perception, understanding object position, catching a ball, etc. And another one, interesting one, is the machine perception, AI interpreting data from sensors, like, for example, face unlock in smartphones. Second one is interaction. Interaction refers to the process where two or more entities communicate, influence, or respond to each other. It can happen between humans to machine, and between machines to machine. Interaction is fundamental concept in communication, technology, human-computer interaction, and social services. There are many types of interaction. For example, human-to-human interactions, interaction between two more people, like, for example, verbal communication, non-verbal communication, written communication, and etc. Another important communication is human-computer interaction, how human interacts with computers, software, and digital services. That focuses on usability, user experience, and accessibility. Example is like, for example, keyboard and touch screen. We are inputting something and it's interacting with the system or computer. That is human-computer interaction. Similarly, we have human-environment interaction, how people adapt, modify, or respond to their surroundings, involve physical, social, and cultural aspects. Example, farming, climate adaptation, smart cities. A lot of examples are there. And the fourth example could be machine-to-machine interaction, communication between AI systems, robots, or IoT devices without human intervention. Like, for example, we have self-driving cars or driverless cars that interact with the traffic lights and many other surroundings and parameters, and based on that, take decisions and judge the next move. The next one could be social interaction, exchanging ideas, emotions, or actions. So similarly, we have physical interaction. So interaction have a lot of kind and types. The last one is engagement. Engagement is often measured by how actively people participate, how long they stay involved, and how deeply they connect with a particular experience. That is engagement. I have listed down few examples here, like IKEA Place virtual furniture placement. IKEA uses augmented reality technology to allow customers to virtually place furniture in their homes before making a purchase. This feature is available in the IKEA Place app, which uses real-time AR visualization to help users see how furniture fits and looks in their space. Once you have the IKEA Place app, you can select the furniture item, and users, like, for example, they can scan the room first. Before selecting the furniture item, actually they can scan the room first, and it uses SLAM, simultaneous localization and mapping, to detect surface and lighting conditions. Then furniture items can be selected. Then it can be placed virtually in a space inside a room, and can have a realistic visualization and interaction view. So similarly, we have Google Earth and flight simulations. So here, we will be discussing about the immersive technology types. As we can see on the screen, we have virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. And one other example or one other type is extended reality, that is XR. Moving on to next slide, we have virtual reality. Virtual reality, if I go into detail, we can say it is a type of reality, a technology that creates a fully immersive computer-generated environment which users can interact with simulated 3D world. It tricks the brain into experiencing realistic digital space by engaging multiple scenes. As we know that it is a simulated 3D environment that enables user to explore and interact with the virtual surroundings. It is a reality which is perceived through user's sense. Here, concept of sense of presence will come into picture, like hear, sight, balance, touch. The more deeply the user is able to immerse into virtual world, the more he can block the physical existence or surroundings and believes it to be real. Few applications of VR are in the gaming and entertainment industry, where fully immersive VR gaming experiences like Alex, Evil VR, sort of Resident Evil VR movies and concepts are there. Another applications that industry are widely used is training and simulation. The flight simulator is the best example that we have for pilot training. Military and police training is another, could be one of the best example for it. And education and learning. So based on this, the immersiveness, there are three categories of VR: non-immersive VR, semi-immersive VR, and fully immersive VR. So non-immersive VR is a simulation which is accessed through computer screen, some control over the virtual world through physical objects like mouse, keyboard, etc. But there are no fully or even close to semi-control, semi-immersiveness control. Virtual environment does not interact directly with it. Some medium or some physical device is needed to interact with the virtual environment. Example game like Call of Duty. Another is semi-immersive VR, where the partial virtual experience is there. It can be simulated through VR sets or other similar devices. The best example could be flight simulator. Then we have fully immersive. This is still in infancy stage. Here, a user fully interacts with the virtual world, cutting off from physical surroundings fully. It is being fancied by putting up helmets and goggles. Next we have is augmented reality. Augmented reality is a technology that overlays digital content such as images, sounds, 3D models, and text onto the real world in real time. It enhances the user's perception of their physical surrounding by blending virtual element with the real-life environments. It is a real-time interaction. It is unlike VR, where a user blocks physical environment and enters into virtual environment. The best example here we can think of is Snapchat filters. It is a perfect example where a filter is overlaid on top of actual face. This is a real-time interaction that's happening on the go. How augmented reality works? First, it uses some sort of camera sensors to capture the real-world environment. Then it processes through AI, detects object, spaces, and surfaces to place virtual elements accurately. Then, thirdly, it rendering and displaying of the combination of both physical and virtual element. Broadly, there are two types of augmented reality: markerless and marker-based. Markerless AR doesn't require any recognition, operates through device camera, location, and position, and then overlay content there itself. Whereas marker-based uses a physical marker to activate the altered interactive experience. Device camera recognizes a marker, maybe some code or some particular pattern, and then processes it. For example, the best example we have is QR code. We scan it and the camera detects it and displays the output based on the QR code. Now we have mixed reality. Mixed reality is a blend of augmented reality, AR, and virtual reality, VR, that allows digital and physical objects to coexist and interact in real time. Unlike AR, which simply overlays digital content into the real world, MR, that is mixed reality, enables user to manipulate and engage with digital objects as if they were real. It uses advanced sensors, AI, and spatial computing and to understand the user's environment. Example, Airbus uses MR to assist engineers in aircraft design and maintenance. Now, let's talk a little bit about extended reality. Extended reality is a term that is like, it's an umbrella term for VR, AR, and MR. It expands immersive experience using AI, 5G, and cloud computing, applied in enterprises, defense, education, and entertainment. Example, XR training simulators help military personnel practice live real world combat situation in a safe, controlled environment. So let's now move on to the future use cases. As we can see, like there's a vast scope of implementing or applying in real time applications or to resolve challenges in the near future. The first I could imagine of is training and maintenance. AR MR guide could be very useful with real time instruction for equipments, for laborers, workers, or normal people for complex manufacturing tasks. Example, real time instructions can be given on a very remote locations through AR VR with all the simulations happening and like training them in the 3D environment. That could be one of the best usage or future usage use case of the AR, MR, and VR. Second, I could thought of is next generation healthcare telemedicine. Surgeons, for example, nowadays have already started as we speak, performing AR assisted surgeries or use VR for pain management and therapy. Next is like socialize. People work, play, and socialize in persistent virtual environment using XR powered avatars. Soldiers train in realistic combat environment using XR powered battlefield simulations. Example, the US Army's synthetic training environment. So these are the few things like we can think of the future use cases. This is not the limit of it. We have a vast scope, but we have many challenges faced there as well. The most common challenge that we are facing today in implementing or using AR, VR, and MR in day-to-day life or enhancing our lifestyle is first one is high cost of development and hardware. Second is limited content and scalability options. Third, lack of standardization and compatibility. Fourth, and the basic one is privacy and security concerns we have. So to conclude, we can say like the immersive technology is transforming industries by blurring the lines between the real and digital world. With innovations in AI, 5G, and XR devices, the future holds endless possibilities for entertainment, healthcare, education, and beyond. With this, we have come to the end of our session. I hope you found this helpful. Thank you for sticking around. If you learned something new today, let us know your thoughts. Thank you so much for your time.